Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Winning Post. I'm Mandira Lalwani, and before going any further, a quick look at what's coming up.
In this episode, we take you to Singapore for the third and final leg of the 3-year-old series of the Group 1 Guineas, the Group 3 Saas Stakes from the Singapore Turf Club, and then back to Bangalore for the Bangalore Summer Races. The third and final leg of the 3-year-old series was the Group 1 Guineas. The stake of $500,000 in Group 1 status is the most sought-after prize amongst the 3-year-old division. The leading contender was Count of Monte Cristo, who had won the opening leg, the sprint, as well as the second leg, the classic, and was looking to write his name into the record books as the outright winner of the 3-year-old Triple Crown. His main dangers were Jupiter Gold, who would relish getting to the 1600-meter trip of the Guineas and whose main target all year round has been this race. Other interesting runners were the City Kua-trained Forever Young, who had just run 4th in the Lion City Cup Grade 1. Let's join the action for the third and final leg of the 3-year-old series.
Ready, and they're off in the Guineas, and McInerney slowly away is back towards the end of the field, and Forever Young, one of the best away. Count of Monte Cristo and I've Got a Feeling begin well. Then Could Be Pearls is just drifting back. McInerney moves up now 4th on the rails from Dimos. Could Be Pearls goes back one off the fence in the pink cap, back about 6th. Jupiter Gold relatively handy, marginally worse than centre field. Sir Isaac is over on the fence about 2 lengths away. Leon and Mr. Exchequer back in last as they head down towards the 1100 metres, and it's Forever Young who leads the field here, bowling along 25.20, so there's no real electric tempo, and it's Forever Young who leads out by about a length and a half. In second, I've Got a Feeling. Then came McInerney third, Count of Monte Cristo the outside. He's fourth in a pretty handy position, 2 lengths away then to Dimos. Then Sir Isaac, Jupiter Gold getting going a fair way from home with 800 metres to go in the Guineas. Could Be Pearls alongside him, and Leon and Mr. Exchequer the last two as Forever Young takes the field up towards the turn. About 600 metres left to go in the Guineas. He leads out by length from I've Got a Feeling. Count of Monte Cristo, he looks to be travelling pretty well in the purple. McInerney next on the inside from Sir Isaac Dimos. Then Jupiter Gold, he's about 3 lengths behind Count of Monte Cristo, and he's the deepest runner starting to sprint on. Forever Young in the home straight in the Singapore Guineas with a bit of a kick from I've Got a Feeling. Count of Monte Cristo a little bit flat, he needs to pick up. Jupiter Gold's coming home well. It's Forever Young who's giving a monstrous sight here. Count of Monte Cristo, Jupiter Gold still closing in. Forever Young, 100 metres to go. Jupiter Gold and Count of Monte Cristo are coming at him. It's Forever Young just in front for Woodworth all the way in the Guineas. It's Forever Young. Forever Young first by a length from Jupiter Gold, second, and third goes to Count of Monte Cristo. And behind those then McInerney being followed by Could Be Pearls. Further back in the field then we had I've Got a Feeling being followed by Sir Isaac, Mr. Exchequer, Leon, and Dimos has finished back towards the tail.
These horses have a heart of a lion, no harm to give a try. And I'm happy for the owner from Hong Kong. They are coming down. I think Benny rode very well, rode very, very good race. He sent the horse forward, let them catch him.
Terrific effort, knowing that the first 3 horses was very strong. It was the trainer's instruction to take the horse to the front and lead. And I followed the instruction, and I just sat on him as long as possible, and I didn't want to hit him back on his backside, because he can switch his tail. So I slapped him on the shoulders and encouraged him, and then he just went well.
Forever Young was wonderfully handled by jockey Benny Woodworth in a masterful front-running display. The talented Woodworth, who so often does not get the chances he deserves, showed he can get the best result when given the right opportunity. The winner is an American-bred son of Runaway and Hyde, who took his career record to 3 wins from 6 runs and over $368,000 in earnings. It was a breakthrough Group 1 win for young Singaporean trainer City Kua as well. This was only his 19th winner as a licensed trainer, and he showed he has a very bright future as a trainer indeed. The minor placings were filled by Jupiter Gold, who finished second, and Count of Monte Cristo in third, who was not disgraced.
Time for the Group 1 Singapore Guineas worth $500,000 taken out by Forever Young. A stunning performance. And it's now time, it gives me a great pleasure to invite on stage from the Singapore Turf Club, the committee member, Mr. Fong Hieng Bu, along with honorary stewards, Mr. Jeffrey Chan and Mr. Lee Chow Sun. I'd now like to invite Mr. Fong Heng Bu to present the prizes for the Singapore Guineas to the winning owner of Forever Young, Mr. Wong Chi Tat. Comes forward now to collect the splendid trophy for the Singapore Guineas, taken out by his pride and joy, Forever Young. The winning trainer of the Forever Young is CT Kwa. CT coming forward now. Horse that race in the Lion City Cup last start, and it comes out with the instructions of CT today to go to the front and stay there all of the way. The winning jockey with Forever Young, Benny Woodworth. And Benny did uphold those instructions right to a T to get Forever Young home in our feature this afternoon. That's the presentation concluded. Please congratulate all of our winners and please join us for a group photograph after Forever Young's victory in the Singapore Guineas.
The Group 3 Saas Fee Stakes. When declarations came out, many pundits were in agreement that it was a Group 3 field that could easily be mistaken for the Group 1 race. Champion horse War Affair was back after 2 surgeries and multiple issues, and just to see him back on track, reunited with old sparring partner Danny Beasley, was a feat in itself. Desta Gold Cup winner and champion stayer of 2016, Bahana, was having his second run of 2017. Stormtroops, who was a gallant third in the recent Lion City Cup, was in the field for trainer Ricardo Legrange and warranted respect as well. Other contenders included the Cliff Brown trained and Vlad Durik ridden Poseidon, who was one of the leading chances according to many experts. All in all, we were in for a thrilling contest. Let's see what transpired in the race.
And in the Group 3 Saas Fee, they're away and racing, and War Affair, one of the first to bounce here. And Hip Hip Array's got good pace, Bested Line, and also Daniel away well, Poseidon, Twickenham, Mr. Fantastic and Wonderful all going forward as Hip Hip Array led the field inside 1,200 metres to go. Leads out from Wonderful, Mr. Fantastic back in third. Now back in the field, Bested Line got a little bit of a check. Moving up into fourth there, Poseidon from Stormtroops. Then we've got further back behind those, Laser Storm out wide. Twickenham next on the inside from Magnum centre field, a length and a half away, Daniel. Then Darcy Charmer out wide from Best to the Line, 2 lengths Nova Strike. War Affair, he's gone back to second last, or third last in fact, 2.5 lengths away, Bahana, and also Well Done, so down towards the turn, and it's Wonderful Facility on the point of the bend, and the Saas Fee leads out by a length from Mr. Fantastic, and further back Hip Hip Array. Then came Poseidon, Laser Storm out wide, Twickenham further back, Daniel on the rails from Magnum, Stormtroops down the middle, War Affair between runners is starting to wind up, and further back then Magnum starting to come through stylishly with a white cap. Hip Hip Array, the bolter, led 300 metres to go, but they're coming from all quarters. War Affair starting to come through. Magnum, Stormtroops down the outside. He's winding up, 200 metres to go, and Hip Hip Array swallowed up by Stormtroops. The old boy, War Affair's coming through powerfully in the middle with a 58. He's surging. He's chasing Glory, Stormtroops, and War Affair and Hip Hip Array. Photo finish. Oh, it's awfully close. War Affair or Stormtroops, I think they're the main two, and Hip Hip Array right there on the rails.
You know what, to share the spoils with a horse like War Affair is just no disgrace. 2 great horses, both horses with a lot of problems that have come back. This race is very special to me, obviously, because Patrick and Wendy are here to share this moment with me. To this horse who's really, really, really a special horse in our yard. To Fred, who's stayed, true to us to keep this horse with us because he's really had a lot of problems. And to Naresh, that was a great ride, but just a great race, and just great to share it with everybody.
To be honest, I didn't really see who got there or not, because I just put my head down and pushed my horse to the line. Eventually after the line, when I saw the 2 horses, I said, oh, I might just got caught up, but when the photo finish was coming and I saw it wasn't War Affair, and I was like, oh, I just got beat on the line. But when the camera come on me, I thought probably I got up. But thank God it was a dead hit. I'm happy for Mr. Marsh also. And to Mr. Shaw again, he's been here. It's nice to give him back a winner. And to Ricardo, he's took over the yard nicely and he's been going nice, and he have another future win. So very well done to the whole team, and to Jackie and to the horse. It's not the soundest of horse. We have to really look after him for every race, and today he just put his heart out, and I'm just be glad to be sitting on a horse like this. Very honest, and I thought today with a little bit soft going would suit him, and yeah, I'm just taking the opportunity. And I would like to thank Mr. Krabia for his horse, now for him to also have a winner.
We thought we'd be running third or fourth. I don't know what happened early, but it was a sensational finish because to come from that way, the way the track's raced today, was incredible.
I just was happy there, he wanted to be there today, so that's where he was, like no good riding them out of their comfort zone, especially first up. He's quite amazing, this horse, he's been through a lot since his last run, and probably only people close to him know the extent. So when he hit the line, win, lose or draw, we've got a bit caught up because I just thought, bloody hell, what a gutsy run, geez. That was as good as he's ever gone. And I didn't sort of care if he had won or run second, because, geez, I was so proud of him. And he's got a dead eat, so bloody good on him. He showed signs today. He hit the wall about 50 out, but it wasn't like last time. Last time he'd only let go for 100 yards and then he'd float. Today he was driving, and then 50 yards out he hit the wall like a fitness blow, and then he threw himself at those other two horses the last bit. He probably got a head or neck in front, and then he was gone, and he just pulled himself up off the canvas like champion too. So yeah, it's pretty special today.
What a thrilling finish to the Saas Fee Stakes. War Affair again showed why he is such a champion after overcoming so many obstacles in the lead up to this race. We must commend his trainer Bruce Marsh on a fine training feat, and he was well handled by jockey Danny Beasley, who knows him all too well. Stormtroop secured a well-deserved victory and provided another young up-and-coming trainer in Legado de Grange with another feature winner in his relatively short training career. He was partnered by Mauritian ace jockey Nuresh Juglal, who has caught the attention of many with his riding talent. We must also commend Hip Hip Hooray, trained by Michael Clements. He was gallant in defeat and only lost by the shortest of margins in the final stages of the race. It was a fantastic and thrilling race and will most definitely go down as one of the finishes of the year.
I'd now like to invite Mr. Shabir Hassanbai to present the prizes for the Saas Fee Stakes, and we're going to do this owners first, so the owner of Stormtroops, Wendy, to come forward. Coming forward now to collect the owner's prize, and also for War Affair, Madam Pam Siu Chow to come forward to accept the trophies with War Affair. Terrific finish to the Saas Fee Stakes. Now it gives me a great pleasure to invite on stage the successful trainer of Stormtroops, Ricardo Lagrange. Pat Shaw is in fact coming forward to accept the honours. The winning trainer to now come forward for War Affair, Mr. Bruce Marsh. Great to see War Affair back at the races today. Came from a long way back. Now the successful jockey coming forward for Stormtroops, Nuresh Juglal. And also the successful jockey to come forward for War Affair, Danny Beasley. Danny coming to accept the trophy for the jockey as War Affair. Now, congratulations to all of the winners. A terrific contest, a terrific finish to the Group 3 Saas Fee Stakes. Please join us for a group photograph.
After enjoying a good run in the opening week, the big bettors continued to have the better of exchanges on Saturday, the three top fancies winning the first three races to the delight of the big money investors with the bookies. It is true that the Bangalore Turf Club have shunted out the bookies, the only racing club in the country to do so. The third race of the day was the Southern Empire Trophy for maiden horses of 3 years old only to run over 1400 meters and had 8 on the card. Shaman, trained by SS Ataulahi and running his second race out here, was second in the Kunigal Stud Million on 4th of March and would be looking for a winning spot here with P. Trevor. Prasanna Kumar trained Castania, who ran 4th in the December plate over 1200 meters on 16th December, would have S. John in the saddle. Somidar, trained by B. Prithviraj, who ran second in the topmost cup over 1400 meters on the 3rd of February, would have Akshay holding the reins.
Behind this spotlight as they come towards the 700 meter marker, and backman them is Master of Ford, Ginger Benz in the order as they begin to negotiate the bend and straighten up for the final run-in. They got about little over 600 to travel in the Southern Empire Trophy, and it's still Tough Magic calling the tunes by about a length and 3/4 in front of Shaman in second. Joining up on the outside, Somida. Perfect Start is starting even more wide on the outside. Castania as they straighten up for the final run-in. They are well onto the straight. Shaman comes in, assumes command by about a length and a half in front of Castania. The one is his hot pursuit on the outside. Further back, another 2.5 lengths behind is Somida. Then comes Tough Magic Spotlight. But inside the final 150 meters, Shaman has now drawn clear, close to about 2.5 in front of Castania. Inside the final 100 meters for the Southern Empire Trophy, Shaman is well clear. Son of Barna Proof Satellite has won it from Castania, finishing on second. Then we have Somida. They have been followed by Spotlight, Ginger Benz, Tough Magic. Then comes Perfect Start. Ending up last of 8 runners is Master of War.
The talented and the highly rated Shaman, trained by SS Ataulahi, bred at Kunigal and who was considered a moral certainty in the Southern Empire Trophy, cantered home in the hands of leading pro Trevor Patel, while sending out a strong message that he is a good type of colt in the classic mold. Up next was the Sir M. Visvesvaraya Memorial Cup, a Class 2 race over 1200 meters and had 11 horses at the starting gates. SS Ataulahi saddled Siobhan, who ran 4th in the Sonkrant Stud Million over 1200 meters on the 4th of March, would be looking for a winning place with A. Sandesh. Krieger, in the silks of Dr. M.E.M. Ramaswamy and trained by Arvind Ganpati, who ran a disappointing 10th in the Thumbelina Million over 1000 meters on the 18th of February in Mumbai, would be looking to improve on that performance with Akshay Kumar in the saddle. From the Irfan Gatala yard was Gypsy, who was coming into this race on the back of 2 wins in the K.S. Premchand Memorial Trophy on the 21st of January and the Sonkrant Stud Million on the 4th of March, and would be looking for a winning spot yet again with Suraj Naredu.
Shortest way, and coming up with a run on the outside. Kruger is about 350 left in this race, now being challenged there by Shivan and Gypsy. Kruger still about a length in front of Shivan. Kruger from Shivan, Gypsy is under the stake. It's Shivan on the outside who travels the better from Gypsy. Coming up on the outside, Kruger along the rails there. Shivan from Gypsy, but Shivan is going to win this one from Kruger, finishing second ahead of Gypsy. Then there is Sioni, Dreamstar, That's My Class. After that comes Fair Game, Anantara. Then there is top striker Virat and Hardlock Prince.
Siobhan won the event in convincing fashion, while Gypsy from Irfan Gatala's yard finished third behind Krieger, who shocked most after a couple of listless efforts in the winter. The Karnataka Police Cup, a Class 1 race for horses rated 60 and above to run over 1400 meters, had 10 horses in the parade ring. Neil Darasha saddled 2 horses in this race. Royal Scepter, who ran a disappointing 10th in the Golconda Derby Stakes on the 29th of January in Hyderabad, would be looking to improve on that performance with Vishal N. Bunde, and Spirit and Truth, bred at Villu's Greenfield, who too had a disappointing 10th in the Indian Republic Trophy over 1800 meters on the 26th of Jan, would have Nazirul Alam in the saddle. Magistero, the tote favourite trained by S. Ganpati, who ran 5th in the Dr. M.A.M. Ramaswamy Chettiar of Chettinad Memorial Stayers Cup over 3,000 metres on the 4th of March, would be looking for a winning place with Ace Sandesh holding the reins. Arjun Mangalorkar trained Arton, who ran 5th in the Chhatrapati Cup over 1400 metres on the 11th of February, would have Anthony Raj S. in the saddle.
Comes to know first the leader, been hotly chased on the outside by Magistero. Then comes Rafa, has been produced on the outside. For the back, another two behind is Takdir Kabacha, Burnish Gold, Speed Hawk, and on the wide outside is Itin. But inside the final 300 metres, it's still Royal Scepter. Now being collared on the outside by Magistero. Rafa has been ridden out on the outside. Then comes Itin trailing on the outside, but it's Magistero on the outside for Royal Scepter, Royal Scepter, Magistero, Royal Scepter from Magistero, Royal Scepter from Magistero. Royal Scepter is going to lift the Karnataka Police Cup from Magistero. Itin ends up third of Rafa. Then we have Speed Hawk, Burnished Gold, Spirit and Truth, top spot, Mountbatten second last, and any up last, Takdir Kabacha.
The Neil Darasha trained Royal Scepter won the Karnataka Police Cup in emphatic style from the favourite Magistero. Rafa, who was also fancied in this event, failed to display his true potential, managing to only make the frame behind Arton.
And that's all we have time for in this episode of The Winning Post. If you've missed anything, you can always catch it on our YouTube channel. Do remember to follow Mohit Lalwani on Twitter for his tips. And of course, goodbye. Until we see you next time, may the horse be with you.